Hello, my dear students. Welcome to our English program intended for grade 12. Today, we're going to study Unit 6. We're going to deal with the new vocabulary items. Please have a pen and some papers to take important notes. We'll be back right after the break. Welcome back, students. As I told you before, we're going to study Unit 6. We shall deal with the meanings of the new vocabulary items of the unit. Now, I want you to focus because we're going to guess the meanings when we look at the pictures and we use them in meaningful sentences. Let's see together how to deal with such new vocabulary items. Now, as you see, when you look at the picture here, this is the beginning, you have the picture of an animal. The picture is the picture of the panda. And as you see, the title can give you the meaning or can give you a good idea about the whole unit. It's under threat. So what is here under threat is the panda. Let's see the theme of the point, but before we start, we should know what exactly we will learn from this episode. Let's see. We have here two important objectives. Number one, we're going to learn the meaning of the word, and then we shall use them to answer some exercises. I want you to think with me. The first question is about the theme of the whole unit, or the topic, which is the panda. Let's see. Okay, the first question, as you see, mentions some endangered species. When I say endangered species, it means I'm talking about those animals that are facing danger. But what kind of danger? It's the danger of extinction. If you look at the picture, you have the picture of the Siberian tiger and the picture of the polar bear. Well, the two animals used to be numerous. I mean, we used to have a lot of them. There were in large numbers. But now, their number is decreasing. And maybe one day, if we don't really pay attention to them, they will become extinct and they will be decreased to have nothing on our planet Earth. Now see, we have also another animal. So we talked about the Siberian tiger, we talked about the polar bear, then now we have the picture of the panda. The panda is another animal that faces the danger of extinction. We still have one more animal, which is ostriches. So these animals are under threat. When I say under threat, it means their numbers are decreasing and they might be no more or they might be finished if we don't protect them. Well, how about the vocabulary we're going to use? Well, the first word is acute. Acute. Acute is an adjective, but how can we guess the meaning and know the meaning exactly? I want you to look at the picture and try to know what acute means. Well, you have two pictures, a picture of the panda, and the other picture is of the human ear. So can they hear? Yes, try to answer the question. Of course, they can hear. So they can hear well. They don't have weak hearing, but they have acute hearing. So the meaning of acute is, see, acute senses like hearing and taste are very good and sensitive. Now the example is about the falcon. The falcon has acute eyesight, or it can see very well. That's why we say it is acute. Now let's move to another word. The other word here is avoid. As I told you, you just look at the picture, try to guess the meaning. Now you have a picture of a person who's raising his hand, and as you see, it doesn't mean to come here, but it means to keep away, don't approach. So the word avoid, what does it mean in your opinion? Yes, now let's see the definition. So avoid means to keep away from or stop oneself from doing something. Avoid negative thinking and never give up. So we should avoid bad feelings and bad thinking. Let's move. Damp. Damp. Well, the word damp, as you see, it is also an adjective. And if you look at the picture, you can easily guess the meaning. You can see the picture of a rainforest. Trees. Are they dry? Try to answer it. No, it's not. Or no, the trees are not dry. They are slightly wet. They are slightly wet. So what do I mean by the word damp? The word damp means, look at it, slightly wet. The rainforests are damp areas. Okay, let's move to another word. Expansive. Expansive. Expansive is also an adjective. And it's important to know why we say if the word is a verb or a subject or a noun or an adjective. When I say adjective, it means it describes noun. So expansive here is an adjective that describes noun. As you see, is it a small area or a large area? Yes, it is large. So when you describe something or a place or an area and say it is expansive, it means it is large. Now let's see. Yes, covering a wide area in terms of space or scope, extensive or wide-ranging. My father bought an expansive farm. So the farm is not small, it's expansive. Very good. Now let's move to another word. Extinction. Extinction. Extinction is a noun. Now the picture can tell you exactly what the meaning of extinction is. What can you see in the picture? Yes, very good. You can see, or I can see, a dinosaur. What do you think? Do we have a dinosaur right now? Of course not. Why? Because they faced the danger of extinction. They become no more. They are finished. So let's see the meaning and have a good example about extinction. So the state or process of a species being or becoming extinct. The extinction of the dinosaurs occurred millions of years ago. Now we have already explained extinction. Let's move to another word. Fascinating. Fascinating. It is an adjective. As I told you, an adjective describes noun. So when we are describing things or even people, we are using adjectives. Now look at the picture. What can you see? Yes, we can see wonderful things. We can see blue sky and the sun is shining, and then we have the sea or the green areas. So the whole view is it bad? Of course not. Why? Because it's wonderful. It's fascinating. This is the meaning of fascinating. So what does the word fascinating mean? It means wonderful, excellent, or even interesting. So fascinating, it means extremely interesting. Hawaii is famous for its fascinating nature. Let's move to another one. Hibernate. Hibernate. The word hibernate is a verb. So the verb is normally the action that is done by someone or something else. Now, if you look at the picture, you can easily guess the meaning. What can you see in the picture? It's a picture of a bear. And is it in winter or summer? Actually, it is in winter time. What is it doing? Is it eating? No, it's sleeping. So the bear here hibernates. So what is the meaning of hibernate? Can you guess? Yes, we have sleeping and in winter. Let's see the definition and another example to show the meaning of hibernate. All right, to sleep during the winter. Birds hibernate during winter. Okay, let's complete and go ahead to know the meaning of another word. Well, the other word that we have here is refuge. Refuge. Refuge, as you see, it is a noun. If you look at the picture, you can see a place where people can hide. They feel protected. They feel safe. So it's like a shelter. It's a place where people can be or can feel protected and safe. This is refuge. Now see. Shelter or protection from someone or something. People were looking for a refuge during war time. Now let's move to see another word. Okay, reservation. Reservation. It is a noun. Now the picture also has a meaning. You can see a place, and in this place you can see what? Yes, you can see animals. Are they safe? Yes. Are they moving freely? Of course. So is there anybody trying to hunt them? Of course not. So it is a place where those animals can be kept, protected, and nobody can harm them. So reservation means a place where those animals can be kept safely. Now let's see the meaning of the word. So the action of reserving something. Now it has both meanings. When we act something or when we do something to protect something else or animals, or the place where we can keep the animals safe. Now let's see the example. The government should build reservations to protect endangered animals. Another word is reticent. Reticent. Well, it is also an adjective. As you see, we have many adjectives in this unit. Reticent is an adjective. It describes a noun. The picture of a cartoon tells you, if you look at the face, it gives you an impression that the cartoon character here is shy, frightened, or scared. Now, let's see. It is exactly the same meaning of reticent. Let's see the definition. Easily frightened, timid. Some kids are so reticent and timid. So the example is very clear also. When we talk about little kids, when they see strange people, when the light goes off, what happens? They feel reticent. That's good. Let's move to another word. Okay, carnivorous. Carnivorous. Carnivorous is an adjective. Again, it describes a noun. It can be an animal or anything else. Well, the picture here, as you know, we're going to use the meaning of this word in two ways. We will talk about plants and we will talk about animals. The picture in front of you is about plants. What does the picture tell us? It tells us that some plants have the power or the ability to consume and catch their enemies like ants or insects. So they are described as carnivorous. Now, look again. Yes. Any plant or animal that feeds on flesh or meat of other creatures. Now, this is about plant. Can we use carnivorous to describe animals? Yes, of course. Let's see the other picture. So the picture is quite clear here. You see a cheetah, and the cheetah is chasing a deer. Why do you think it is chasing a deer? Because it wants to eat him. It wants to consume its flesh and meat. So it is a carnivorous animal. Bears, foxes, hyenas, and wolves are carnivorous animals because they feed on other animals. Let's move to another word. To inject. Inject. So the word inject, as I told you, it's important to know what parts of a speech it is. It is a verb. Now, if you look at the picture, you can see someone is injecting another person. When people are sick and they need some sort of medicine, they are injected by medicine. But it's not only about medicine, it's even about anything that has needles. Even though we are talking about insects like bees, they also have needles and they can inject. Now let's see. To put liquid into someone's body by using a special needle. The doctor injected the vaccine in the baby's arm. That's good. Let's move to another one. Solitary, solitary. Solitary also here is an adjective. Now I want you to focus. The picture can tell you. How many people can you see in the picture? It's only one person. Is he sociable? I mean that, do you think that he likes to stay with people, his friends, chatting, talking, laughing? Of course not. Why? Because he prefers a solitary life. So what is the meaning of solitary? Let's see. Done or existing alone. It's really hard to have a solitary life and live alone. Okay, dear students, let's move to another word. Well, the word here is stem. Stem. Stem as a noun, it is a noun, and the picture can also show the meaning of the word stem. If we're talking about a plant, the plant has three main parts. The plant has, or any plant has, roots, that is under the ground or under the soil, and then we have the stem, and the stem carries the flowers and the leaves. So what do you think stem mean? As you see, the panda here, in the second picture, the panda is eating the plant, especially the stem. So, let's see. The long, thin part of a plant from which leaves, flowers, or fruit grow. All right, another important word that is used to describe animals that are facing the danger of extinction is threatened. Threatened. Now it is also an adjective, and as you see, the picture contains the animals that are about to face extinction. Their numbers are decreasing. So we say animals or plants which may soon not exist because there are very few now alive. All right, let's see the definition, the meaning. Showing a lack of courage or confidence, easily frightened. Some kids are timid and get frightened easily. All right, now another word, pose. Pose, it is a verb. Now in the picture we can see an animal, which is the panda. It's trying to climb up the tree, and a man poses, present, or is present in the scene, trying to harm, to shoot, or even to hunt the panda. What do you think the meaning of the word pose mean? Here, look. To present or cause something, especially a problem or difficulty. Mankind poses the biggest threat to pandas' survival. All right, let's move. Okay. Permanent. Permanent. It is an adjective. The place here in the picture is not for temporary use. It's not to be used for a short time. It's a permanent place. It's a permanent reservation for the panda. So what is the meaning, or what the meaning of permanent is? Let's see. Lasting or intended to last or remain unchanged. We should build permanent reservations for pandas. Okay, now we have already explained the meanings of the new words. We shall check our understanding and try to use them in sentences or in answering some exercises about the vocabulary. All right, I want you to look carefully. We have multiple choice exercise. Now see, the book offers blank information about the lives of the famous people. We have here 4 options. See, we have information which is a noun, and we need an adjective. Now see, solitary, permanent, fascinating, acute. So if I'm talking about a book and the information, so the information is normally what? It's fascinating. That's good. Let's move. Global warming, blank, a threat to the environment. Cultivates, poses, hibernates, avoids. Now here we have a verb. We need to use a verb. Global warming, as you know, is a problem. So because it is a problem, we say it poses a threat. That's good. We should build permanent blank to protect the endangered species. Now we have animals are facing the danger of species. What is the right word here for describing or the place where we keep them? Good. It's reservations. All right, let's move. Some plants are blank. They catch and consume insects that land on them. If you remember, we explained this word. It's about those animals or plants that consume the meat of their enemies. So carnivorous, illegal, timid, or reticent. We say these animals are carnivorous. That's great. Now, another kind of exercise, which is gap filling. You are given sentences. You try to fill in the blank or to fill in the spaces. Let's see. Avoid, acute, reticent, solitary, inject, and stem. Teachers should encourage blank students to participate in class. Now we have the word encourage. So the word encourage and to participate. So they encourage who? What is the adjective here? We say, very good, reticent, because as we remember or as we explained before, reticent means shy or not like someone who doesn't like to show or talk with others. Let's see. To blank the traffic jam in the morning, you need to leave your home earlier. So the traffic jam is a problem. We are not supposed to go to problems. We're supposed to do what? We're supposed to avoid the traffic jam. Very good. Now let's move. Tom wasn't a sociable person. He had lived a blank life. Now, as I told you many times before, don't rush and write the answer. You have to read all the words of the sentence and then you decide. So we're talking about someone whose name is Tom, and at the same time, he is not sociable. Sociable likes to mix and have many friends. If someone is not sociable, he prefers all likes, yes, solitary life. That's great. Let's move. The police make use of dogs to follow runaway criminals because dogs have blank sense of smell. Now notice, we have dogs and we have senses, if you remember the word that we explained when we talk about hearing. But here we're talking about another sense, which belongs especially to dogs. They have, great, they have acute hearing. That's great. Let's see. A diabetic has to blank himself with insulin every day. We see this, and we might know someone who is diabetic. He needs to take an injection. And to take insulin, he needs to do what? He needs to inject himself. That's good. All right. I didn't see the bees until I was blank by them. Now, the bees, if you remember, as I told you, the bees have needles and they protect themselves when any enemy attacks by injecting their needle. So here we have the word stung. So I didn't see the bees until I was stung by them. All right? Okay. As we come to the end of our program today, it's important to know that the meanings of new words are very important for you to understand the context or the text, to understand the questions, and to give the right answers. Also, the meanings of words are important to answer all the vocabulary items questions in your exam. So you have to deal with them one by one, use them in meaningful sentences to be ready to answer the exam questions. Now, we have come to the end of our program today. I hope you have enjoyed the program, understand the meanings of all new words. Good luck till we meet again. Take care. Thank you very much.